attitude, my friend, we all got attitude. I want to talk to you again about our personal attitude. And I'm going to share an example from the book that I published titled When Life is Full of It, An Antidote for Your Mind. And I solely focus on our personal attitude, and I use numerous individuals throughout the whole book as an example to illustrate certain aspects of their life and how they can challenge us to change our attitude, and because of that we can become very successful in our personal life. And today I want to talk to you guys about the life attitude of Oskar Schindler. And if you're not familiar with who this individual was, you might be familiar with the movie where he was portrayed of what he did. It's called Schindler's List. I would probably say that's my favorite World War II movie, and I enjoy watching the World War II movies. And it's interesting, that we can learn many valuable lessons from this very unique and special individual. But today I wanted to talk to you guys specifically about taking risks and the importance of risk, or by posing, I guess, this question: how much are you willing to sacrifice in your personal life in order to achieve something? And here's some additional few thoughts that those who have achieved greatness or broke new records, whatever records they may be, or those individuals who have accumulated enormous amount of wealth, all these individuals are risk takers. We can see that in the business sphere, we can see that in politics, we can see that in sports, just in every area of life, that if you were to closely follow those individuals, that somewhere in their life, or whether in their personal testimony, in their biography, or maybe they've written a book, they'll say, hey, look, the reason why I am where I am is because I took risks. And I guess one of the greatest individuals that can teach us about taking risks is Oskar Schindler. Historically speaking, he ended up saving about 1,200 Jews from being annihilated by the Nazi regime through his business. He hired them as like, hey, look, they're working for my company. We're doing the things for the military and etc. And the thing is this: when it comes to risk taking, it is something that happens from our mind, from our thinking, and from our attitude. A lot of times, because of fear, we're afraid to take certain risks, like maybe investing finances into potential business opportunity, or maybe even just invest in finances to personally grow by going to a conference, by buying some leadership programs, by investing into our personal selves, by purchasing a certain product or a certain service or a certain program that we know that's going to help us to grow personally, and that's going to also possibly help us to maybe open up that business that you always wanted to. However it may be, it's even taking a risk by going into a relationship which could eventually lead into marriage. There's some people that have been, I guess, dating for a while. They love one another, but they haven't made that decision. On the most part, I will challenge, it does come from a guy. He's the one that proposes, but, based on their circumstances, I'm sure they've brought up the whole issue of getting married, but then they're like, well, we're not ready yet, even though they've been together for like 5-10 years already. It's like, what do you mean you're not ready? And some of these individuals already had 1 or 2 children, and they're still not committed to that. There's also other reasons for that, but like anything else, a lot of times it's our negative thinking. A lot of times it's our insecurity. A lot of times it's our past previous experiences that we had, negative experiences. And when we look through the life of Oskar Schindler, he knew he was taking much risk, especially during World War II in this Nazi regime. He knew if anybody ever found out that he was trying to preserve and protect the Jewish people, that's it. He was done. He would get killed. No doubt about it. But he used, I guess you can say, his business. And again, you can see that in much detail through the movie Schindler's List. He uses business, I guess, as a cover-up, but as an excuse by saying, hey, look, I need them. They're working practically for free. I just need these people because we're trying to build up the German economy and moving forward with Hitler's type of agenda. And the thing that also we need to learn about risk takers is risk takers are those individuals who are passionate about their dreams, and they're willing to pay that price in order to fulfill it. So that's why this is very important for us, because if you're not willing to pay the price, then you're not going to be taking any risks. You could care less. You're just going to be an average Joe going to your work, just fulfilling a specific duty and responsibility, and on Fridays just collecting a paycheck. And the thing is, a lot of that, and again, has to do with our mental attitude, with our thinking, that if we're not willing to shift in here and have a different mindset, by shifting over our mindset to like, hey, you know what? I understand this is a risk. I understand that I may not know anybody within my inner circle that has maybe pursued pursued this career or maybe pursued this particular project or have done this, but it doesn't matter. When I ventured out into book publication, at the moment I only knew one person within my inner circle who published a book. And when I went to that person, I'm like, hey, can you give me some suggestions how you did it? He's like, wow, this is how I used it, and that's it. That person wasn't able to provide anything for me. So for me, I was venturing into new territories. Yes, it was risky. Yes, it was challenging. Yes, I ended up investing a lot of money, made some mistakes because I didn't know much. But after I already published a number of books, now some people come to me, hey, Sting, you're an author, can you advise me? And the advices that I'm giving them, I'm literally saving them thousands of dollars, not just $1,000. I'm saving them a lot of time and a lot of money. But I've went through that path. I've taken some risks. It cost me time, money, and etc. But already, I guess, have grown in that particular area. So, as I wrap this up, I want to challenge you, my friend, that let us take this powerful lesson and take away from this phenomenal individual of Oskar Schindler that is already in the history books, because he took those risks. Now we can read about him. Now, we can even watch a whole movie concerning of the great things that he did. The question is somebody going to read your story in the near future? Is your name going to be mentioned in the name, or is there a documentary movie that's going to be made out of you, or maybe possibly out of me? And this is very important for us, my friend, that when we have a different type of an attitude, by having an attitude of an achiever, of a go-getter, we're going to take those risks no matter what the cost may be, because it is well worth it, my friend. So I challenge you, take those risks in your life and become somebody great and influential, so we can one day talk about you and read about you, maybe watch about you. All right, my friend, until next time.